Coming up, as the dust settles on the state election, re-elected member for Ipswich Jen Howard gives her thoughts on a Labor win. And Ipswich City Council announces the opening date for Tulmur Place and the new Ipswich Central Library. It's Wednesday, November 4, 2020, and I'm Alan Roebuck. Welcome to Ipswich Today, which acknowledges the traditional custodians of the land on which it is produced and pays respects to elders past, present and emerging. This podcast is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. The state election has been run and won, with the ALP again to govern Queensland. With a 3 or 4 seat majority likely, this gives Premier Anastasia Palaszczuk a firm hold on the Treasury benches. It was a pretty nasty campaign from some of the minor parties, and Queensland has roundly rejected this style of gutter politics and outright lies. From a local perspective, the 4 Labor members were returned with an increase in their vote, while the scenic rim, which includes a handful of Ipswich suburbs including Willowbank and Amberley, was retained for the LNP by John Krause. To take a closer look at what happened in Ipswich more broadly, I'm joined by Jennifer Howard, who has been returned as the ALP member for Ipswich. Thanks for joining Ipswich Today, Jennifer Howard.
Thanks for having me, Alan. Lovely to be here.
At the time of recording this interview, just over 82% of the votes have been counted in your seat, giving you almost 52% of first preferences. You must be doing something right.
Well, I'm really always humbled to get the support of Ipswich people. It's such a privilege to represent this city. I believe very strongly that people were concerned about their health, they were concerned about their future, and they were very supportive of the Premier's very strong leadership these past months.
What were voters saying to you on election day as you went round the booths?
Yeah, it was a pretty common theme, Alan. Once again, they felt that they were safe because the Premier was strong. There was also some concern. It became pretty evident that the LNP's costings really didn't add up, and that it was pretty obvious that public servants' jobs were going to be at risk again. It's not unrealistic for public servants to be concerned. It was only a few years ago that 14,000 of them lost their jobs. That was a real concern. Lance McCallum in Bundamba, Charisse Mullen in Jordan and Jim Madden all increased their vote. Have you had a chance to talk with them since Saturday? I sure have. And even throughout the campaign, it was... We're a very strong team out here. We've held our seats strongly. We had to work together through pre-poll. We had joint booths right across, and I was delighted for all of them.
There were lots of minors in play at this election, and we're just using Ipswich West as an example with Jim Madden. Now, he was returned despite the outrageous and downright nasty tactics from serial candidate Duffy. Do you have any comments to make on that?
I do think it's outrageous, and I think Ipswich people think it's outrageous. The One Nation vote dropped significantly, and I really hope that candidates like Duffy start to see the writing on the wall and understand that people don't believe the lies. They don't like the grubby tactics. They want governments that have graduated from the schoolyard and that actually want to deliver for their communities.
Last Saturday was also one of the worst for severe storms. Many years since we've seen storms like that. People can't live in their homes, and probably weeks and months before they can. I know your colleague Charisse Mullen has been out and about in the worst hit suburbs around Springfield Lakes. Council's doing their bit. What is the state government doing to help?
Well, the state government has stepped up. We've got emergency hardship assistance grants of up to $900. They're available for families. We've got grants ranging from $180 per person to $900 for a family of 5. And they can be used to help with essentials like, food and clothing. And then there's the essential household contents grant, structural assistance grants, and essential services, safety and reconnection grants. Eligible residents have to satisfy an income test, if they're uninsured or have experienced certain loss or damage. But there is a community recovery hotline, 1800 173 349, or people could download and use the self-recovery app or visit communityrecovery.qld.gov.au.
Jennifer Howard, is this limited to certain suburbs? Because I noticed there's a random damage around Rosewood, broken solar panels and
Yep.
that sort of thing. So is there any limitation?
Yeah. There is. So Springfield Lakes, Rosewood and Willowbank are the areas that we have identified.
Health warnings about food, they came out almost immediately after the storm last week, and by now people should have well and truly gotten rid of rotten food that was in the fridge. Council set up some bins, but I don't think we can say it too much because people don't like throwing things out.
It's very important. It's not worth the risk. People just need to, and we do have these grants available to help with things like essential items, for families who've lost, reach out. There's help out there.
Looking ahead, what are your priorities for the seat of Ipswich?
Well, we have managed our health, the health side of the pandemic very well so far, which has freed us up to concentrate on the economic recovery. And we've got the fastest growing area in Queensland here in Ipswich and surrounds. We need to future-proof this area. And that's the way to do that is through jobs. We'll be delivering our budget in a couple of weeks' time. And I think that that's going to sort of, really clear the path for some great tangible outcomes for our community.
Jennifer Howard, as always, thanks again for talking with Ipswich Today.
Thanks so much, Alan.
And in other news, the new Nicholas Street Precinct Civic Plaza, now known as Tulmur Place, will open to the public on Saturday the 28th of November. Residents will be able to walk all the way down Nicholas Street to the end where the official opening of Tulmur Place will happen, overlooking Riverheart Parklands. Mayor Teresa Harding said the new city centre is one of the most exciting projects in Ipswich's history and would like to see as many residents as possible attend the opening. This will mark the beginning of a new era for the City Heart. A full day of events are planned for Saturday the 28th, kicking off at 9 a.m. with the Handmade Expo lining the plaza. The official opening of Tulmur Place will take place at 10:30 a.m. with a traditional smoking ceremony. The precinct's primary art piece, Standing, as well as the Evolve series of Indigenous artworks will be unveiled. One lucky local child, selected by River 949, will win the honour of turning on the spectacular zero-depth water play area. From Sunday the 29th of November until Sunday the 20th of December, Tulmur Place will feature music, food and fun each day. The very popular Future Flavours Food Fair will be back on Saturday the 5th of December, which will see Nicholas Street filled with food trucks. You can check out a full calendar of events planned from the 28th through to December 20, www.nicholasst.com.au. And to learn more about the opening of the new Ipswich Central Library on Monday the 7th of December, visit ipswichlibraries.com.au. Ipswich Today is supported by Kinetics, people-powered web hosting trusted by Australian businesses since 1999. This podcast is also listener-supported. If you like what you hear, please make a once-only gift or regular donation to help keep it online. Just go to ipswichtoday.com.au and click the donate button at the bottom of the page. You can subscribe for free and share this podcast from your favourite app, including iHeartRadio, or play Ipswich Today from your smart speaker. Music is supplied by Purple Planet Music. This is Alan Roebuck. Thanks for listening.